So in case of a square matrix, there is a concept of inverse. So when we think of linear transformation in the same dimensional space, we have got a concept of inverse. Whereas we have also know that there can be a transformation, say like this. So in this case, this is a vector space V and vector space W. So you can write its matrix as, what matrix it would be? This is equal to something 2x plus y plus z, and next is 1. So this would be a matrix having 2 rows and 3 columns. So we may end up in transformation with matrices which are not square matrices. So in general there will be matrix M into N, where if M is equal to N, it's a square matrix. If M is not equal to N, it's not a square matrix. Then the question is whether there can be a concept of pseudo-inverse. Pseudo-inverse means now from V you transform by multiplying if you multiply this into V, you get W. Then from W, how you can get back V? From W, how you can get back V? From W, how you can get back V? लक्षात आलं का? आता from this, can you get back this? Means what? You must multiply by something into 2x plus y plus z and x plus 2y plus 2z, and you should get as x, y and z. So what that matrix should be? How many terms there should be? It should be there. A11, A12, A21, A22, A31. First row into first column should be x. A11 into this should be x. A11 into this plus A12 into this should be x. A21 into this plus A22 into this should be y. And A31 into this plus A32 into this should be z. Right? So something similar wherein a two-dimensional space is transformed into, then it becomes three-dimensional. That's debatable. So just like we can think of some relation between these two, this matrix and this matrix. So in general, we can define a concept of pseudo-inverse. So you just can make a detailed search on pseudo-inverse, or a question should have come in your mind when I think in at least 11th it was non-pandemic situation. So when matrix was being taught, what you writing? You are writing pseudo-inverse? Oh. So attendance should take how much time? You have to mark only for yourself. matrix concept was taught, or when the concept of inverse was being taught, always it was said that it should be a square matrix. So for a non-singular square matrix, there is a concept of inverse. Like that, whether some thought has come in your mind, what should be there for a non-square matrix? If matrix is of a different dimension than square, whether म्हणजे एका स्क्वेअर मॅट्रिक्सला इन्व्हर्स आहे आणि तो युनिक आहे, म्हणजे इफ ए इन्व्हर्स किंवा इफ बी इज इन्व्हर्स ऑफ ए, then A is also inverse of B. If B is inverse of A, then A is also inverse of B. So for every matrix which is not obviously non-singular, for every non-singular matrix there exists another matrix which are inverses of each other. Like that, now the question is, for non-square matrix, listen very carefully. If we take inverse as something like replica, for square matrix there is a concept of its inverse. Like that, for a non-square matrix, whether some such concept is there or not. So how one can think in that direction? A non-square matrix. If A is a non-square matrix, A is a 3 by 2, that is 3 rows and 2 columns. A is having 3 rows and 2 columns. Then can I think of its pseudo inverse G? A is 3 by 2. Now, how can you think of a pseudo inverse? I am very much sure की तुम्ही त्या लेक्चर मध्ये आलाय का pseudo inverse पर्यंत? In the videos, so that you, since you're not come to that point, you can think on your own. Means if you, after a few years, you can say that we have developed the concept of pseudo inverse. So what can that concept be? एक अगदी सोपं एकदम कॉमन सेन्स आहे. तो कसा असला पाहिजे ते, म्हणजे अगदी काही सुद्धा माहित नाही, आपलं जनरल ॲबिलिटी चांगली आहे, कॉन्सेप्ट बऱ्यापैकी आहे, तर दिलेला मॅट्रिक्स 3 by 3 असेल तर त्याचा इन्व्हर्स पण 3 by 3 असतो. जर दिलेला मॅट्रिक्स 3 by 2 असेल तर जो काही आपण स्यूडो इन्व्हर्स नावाचा कॉन्सेप्ट आणतोय तो कसा असला पाहिजे? 2 by 3. So we may think of its inverse as 2 by 3. म्हणजे आता कसं होईल बघा. As it is 3 by 2, you can perform A into G. And since it is so, if it is 2 by 4, you can perform A into G, but you can't perform G into A. बरोबर है ना? But since it is 3 by 2 and 2 by 3, since it is 3 by 2 and 2 by 3, what you may get? You can multiply A into G or G into A also. If you multiply A into G, the result will be 3 by 3 matrix. If you multiply G into A, the result will be 2 by 2 matrix. आता काय करता येईल? कसं करता येईल? So what would be the concept of inverse? काय पाहिजे इनवर्स म्हणजे कसं पाहिजे काय काय पाहिजे what can be the idea of an inverse hmm? Thing that can
nullify the effect of original.
so how will you find how can you find inverse so A is 3 by 2 G is 2 by 3 so AG will be how much AG will be 3 by 3 right so if A is non-square matrix then G is said to be pseudo inverse such that A into G into A into G into A is again A. So just try to find out 3 rows 2 columns 1 2 3 4 5 6 A equal to 1 2 A G into A is A. So find G. Just try to work on it. So can you get the value of pseudo inverse? Find out what this would be. you get it? Pseudo inverse.